Hello and welcome to the Nostalgia Film Podcast with myself, Josh. We've got Joe and James here as well.
Hello.
Hello people. In this episode, we're going to be reviewing movies such as The Croods, Evil Dead 2013, Superman Returns to get us in the spirit for Man of Steel, which is coming out in June, and movie 43. We will also be doing our Justice League casting wishes. We're going to do James's news segment. That will be a weekly thing. We're going to do our box office predictions for the USA. We're going to do a battle between Game of Thrones and The Lord of the Rings. We're going to do trailer reviews for Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters, Monsters University, Thor: The Dark World, and R.I.P.D. And then we'll do our recommendations for the week. And then we'll say goodbye.
Okay, just to let you know, I will be on the Lord of the Rings side for our war because I have not seen any episodes of Game of Thrones.
Well, I'll be Game of Thrones.
Okay. So let's get on with the reviews.
Well, I haven't seen The Croods, Evil Dead, and I've only seen a bit of Superman Returns, so I can't really help there.
Alright, so we'll start off with The Croods. DreamWorks animation presentation. I really enjoyed The Croods. I had a lot of fun with it. Very enjoyable, very entertaining, very funny, very charming. But I did think some of the jokes were way repetitive, like the mother-in-law joke and the da thing. So yeah,
I like the da thing. I thought it was quite funny, like the first couple of times, but yeah, I have to agree with Joe on pretty much everything he said. Apart from Joe, did you see this in 3D? Joe.
Sorry?
Did you see this? Did you see this in 3D?
No.
Okay, I saw it in 3D and I thought the 3D was spectacular. If you watch it, you probably want to go see it in 3D. I'm just saying.
How hard is it really to animate 3D though? I mean, do animated films in 3D? It must be a lot easier to do it than live action.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I would probably give The Croods 4 out of 5 stars.
Okay, I would give it 4 out of 5 stars as well.
Really? I thought this film was pretty average. It didn't really seem like...
Yeah, the trailers weren't that
satisfying. Really sell it very well, did it?
It's very special though. Yeah. If you're a young kid and you watch it, it's almost a bit like Toy Story in a way that it has that magic to it.
Oh.
I really think it's one of the better DreamWorks films, but DreamWorks haven't really come out with amazing things. They've only really come out with good things. But my favourite thing from DreamWorks is still Megamind.
Yeah, by far their best film.
Yeah, Megamind is a good film. Oh, maybe not the best one. You do have Shrek, so... But yeah.
Yeah, I would go Megamind over Shrek, honestly.
Me too.
Fair enough.
Anyway, we'll go on to Evil Dead. I'm the only person who saw this. It was good, I suppose, for big horror fans. But I didn't enjoy it. I, in fact, really hated it, to be honest. I was entertained, though. I had fun with it. But the script is so lazy and lousy, and it just doesn't want to go anywhere. I got a chance to see the Evil Dead Raimi 1984 version. I think it was 1984. But I liked it, but it was better than this. I would probably give this 2 stars because the cinematography is stunning and gore is just fabulous. 2 stars out of 5 for Evil Dead.
Okay.
Sweet. Are we going to move on to Superman Returns?
Yep.
I didn't see this.
Well, yeah, I saw a bit of it and got bored, but I think, was Superman Returns supposed to start off the Justice League, or was it supposed to reboot Superman, or what was it supposed to do, or was it supposed to just be like a random film made?
I wasn't sure if it was supposed to be a sequel to Superman a
No,
remake.
it's a sequel to Superman 2,
Yeah.
but there's already a sequel to
Yeah,
Superman
it's like
2.
4 of them.
Yeah. So, because it takes
Um,
place straight after Superman 2, and it's kind of strange.
Yeah, I really liked it, to be honest. I don't think it's amazing. I don't think it's really good, but I do like it. I don't think it's boring like you guys said, but I
Yeah.
do really I have fun watching it. I would probably give it 3 stars. It's got a lazy script and it's, not very
It's a bit cheesy in places.
it's not as satisfying as it should be for a Superman film.
Yeah. I think the guy who plays Superman, who's he?
I'm not
Brandon
sure.
Ralph or something. Isn't that him?
Mm,
Yeah, I don't think he does that good a job, to be honest. I thought, well, the bits I saw anyways, he just seemed like, I don't know, just not really putting his all into it, kind of thing. He didn't really shine for me.
But the visual effects are quite good.
Mm. Yeah, they're not that bad, but I hope Man of Steel's better.
yeah.
Yeah, it will be, judging by the technology we have today.
I think Superman needs that
Anyway,
darker tone though, because if you see like the
Yeah.
70s and 80s films, they're a bit cheese.
They are
but
pure
they're
cheese.
fun. But they're really fun though.
Yeah, 2 of them were.
Okay.
But you know.
Oh, yeah, pretty much. What are we moving on to now? Are we doing
Movie
for?
43.
Yeah.
Don't watch this film, it's a piece of shit. There we go, I just did the whole review for us.
Yeah.
It's...
Yeah.
I'd probably go as far
Did
to
you-
say
did
it's
you
worse
guys-
than Scary Movie 5.
Did you guys stay behind to watch that cat animated thing?
I saw it on the
No.
internet. I saw it on the internet.
That was one of the most feral things I've seen in my life. Even though the cat is animated, that is feral.
What happened?
Right,
'Cause I
what-
didn't see that bit.
It's like after the credits. And like the cat, he's a male cat fantasizing about Josh Duhamel. Like sex addiction to Josh Duhamel.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that bit, but okay.
He masturbates to Josh Duhamel.
And it's a cat.
So like Josh Duhamel's like the owner and everything,
Oh god.
and like
Okay, move on. There's kids watching this.
Yeah, we can
no,
probably
wait,
move
wait, wait,
on.
wait, wait, wait. I wanna talk. And like, what's her name? The girl from Pitch Perfect. No, not like the announcer, Elizabeth Banks. And she's like Josh Duhamel's new girlfriend or whatever. And yeah, it's a really twisted kind of skit. I'd probably give movie 43 a 1 out of 5. It is horrible. It is dreadful. It's one of the most utterly disgraceful things to hit cinemas. But what did you guys think?
Well, are you allowed to give it half a star or under? Okay,
Yeah,
I'll
of
give
course
it
you
half
can.
a star.
I did laugh. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be honest. I laughed in some scenes.
I laughed a couple of times, but
Like the Terrence Howard skit was hilarious.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't laugh once watching movie
it's
43.
worse than Scary
Oh.
Movie 5 by far, though. It's just...
Yeah, Scary Movie
Yeah.
5 is actually terrible. Did we review that last episode?
Oh, yeah, we
Yep.
did.
Yeah, well, I watched it since then, and yeah, it's terrible.
Did you see the lesbian scene?
The lesbian scene with who was in it?
Oh, God.
Ashley Tisdale.
I don't even remember that
The
bit.
only reason she was in this movie is because she was in The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody for, like, a few years. And then they were just like, okay, she's an okay actor. Bring her into Aliens in the Attic, which was a pretty decent film, and then put her in a piece of shit film.
Yeah, anyway.
Sweet.
What did you guys score movie 43?
I don't know, like 1 star out of
Well,
5.
half a star.
Oh yeah, okay,
Right.
yeah. The lowest
That
you could go,
gives
really, like 1% out of 100. Just that, pretty much.
movie 43 a 2.5 out of 15.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so now let's go to a break and then we'll talk about our Justice League casting
Stick
wishes.
around. Welcome back. This is part 2, even though the break felt like half a second to you guys. But let's get on with this.
All right. We are back to do our superhero kind of Justice League
Cast.
cast. So
It's gonna be
let's
quite.
start off.
It's always quite hard to guess what's going to be in a cast, especially when it's so many like heavyweight characters like Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman, Green Lantern. I can't say that we're going to be able to choose the right ones because I don't know. There's just something about it. I don't think they're going to choose proper like really famous actors. I think they might choose some unknowns.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, just too much star power just doesn't always work in a film. I think, obviously when they first made Star Wars, like, no one really knew who, like, Mark Hamill and
Yeah, but he's
Harrison Ford
everybody
were.
knows who Mark Hamill is now because he plays the Joker in the Arkham games and the
Yeah, I know,
animated
but
series.
when he was in Star Wars,
Good point.
no one knew him, and I think that's why it worked so well because you only know him from that film, really, and then it's like. I don't know, there's just a bit more of a connection with characters, but if it's Ryan Gosling or someone, it's like, oh, look, Ryan Gosling's in another film. And I don't know. I think they
But
can't
I think that's what drags people to the cinema, seeing all their favorite actors, playing all the characters that they love. That's
Yeah,
why
but when you think about it,
I've got a pretty well-known people list. I've got a lot of well-known to my list.
yeah, but I think a lot of people are going to watch a Justice League film. Like, I don't think there's many people who wouldn't, if Justice League was in cinemas, they'd go and watch something else. Because just something like that will drag people to cinemas anyway. So I don't really think having big actors really matters as much.
Yeah. So let's start off with Superman. Guys, who do you want to play Superman?
Henry Cavill.
Yeah,
Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
Now that Henry Cavill's in Man of Steel, I don't really think you can back down on that now. There's no real going back, is there?
No.
But it's going to be really disappointing if he doesn't do a good job as Superman.
But you never know. Well, it looks like a different take on the character as well, so that'll be interesting to see. But I think I hope he does well for the sake of everything else.
Yeah.
Justice League. Yeah.
So we'll get Batman now.
Ooh.
Batman's a hard one, I think, because obviously we just had a trilogy, haven't we? And one of them didn't quite get killed off, but they brought in someone else to play Batman, but they're not actually gonna have him as Batman. I don't know. It's confusing because what's the point of the ending if they just bring Christian Bale back?
Well, his contract ran out, but he said he might re-sign it to do another movie.
But there's possible, he could be like, oh, the world's in danger. I'm gonna have to go join the Justice League to help all these people.
Yeah, I suppose.
I would like to see.
That's kind of possible.
But I would like to see Superman and Batman's rivalry, because in any DC films, I don't think you've seen that so far, like live action ones. I want to see Superman and Batman's like kind of scuffle, friendship kind of thing.
But if Christian Bale doesn't come back, who do you guys want?
I think it would have been interesting seeing what Armie Hammer could have done, because obviously he was at one point cast for the Justice League. I don't think he'd do that well, but it'd be quite interesting to see.
This is going to come as a shock, but I would like to see what Ben Affleck would look like in a Batman suit.
After watching Argo, that's kind of, you can't really.
Off-putting. That's kind of really off-putting.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Batman, I would go with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. But it all depends what his character really chose to be. If he wanted to be Batman or Nightwing.
I would like to see a Nightwing movie though, because it.
But would you really want Nightwing in the Justice League though?
No.
No, I don't. I think that would just ruin it, to be honest. And
I would like to see it, but maybe as like a supporting character, not like
yeah, but
to
think
replace
about it.
Batman.
In the Avengers, they didn't even put War Machine in part of it at all. Like in any of the like the Avengers Alliance kind of thing. And I think
Yeah.
they might as well keep it like that because War Machine is literally a sidekick, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think they'll just keep it like that, really.
that's a good.
Because he's not
kind
really a
of point.
main.
Yeah. Wonder Woman. I'm gonna go straight and say Kate Beckinsale. She just looks Wonder Woman to me.
Yeah, but you can't have someone who's too much like a proper model because Wonder Woman is actually quite a built person. Like she's actually like, even though obviously she's a woman, but she's got like, she's what is it? Not like fat or anything, but she is like, she's well built. And I think someone like Kate Beckinsale might not have the right like physique to play the
But she
character.
has that look. She has the look of Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
I know someone who does have that look of Wonder Woman, and I think could play her.
Who's that?
You know in Thor you have that Kat Dennings.
Um,
Yeah, she's like
No.
well built. I think she would fit the part of Wonder Woman. Even though she's more of a comedy type person, I reckon she would fit the role.
No.
I'm not really sure. And this is one of the only ones that I haven't really thought about as much. It's kind of hard to tell because you don't really know what people are going to look like until they're actually in the film.
Yeah.
So I'll just pass on this one. It's a bit too challenging, but
All right.
maybe they might even end up just leaving out some characters. Wonder Woman might not even be in it. You never know.
Well,
She's a major character.
They probably they will have a woman in there.
Wait 1 sec. I've just got to do something.
Okay, we'll take a break and we'll be back. Peace for now.
Yeah.
Action. Welcome back to part 3 of our podcast, and we're just about to talk about our predictions of who's gonna be playing the Flash in the Justice League movie.
Well, there's actually been a bit of news that's saying that it could be Bradley Cooper. That actually it was speculated, but I don't think he is now. I think that was all just like kind of word of mouth. People just like saying it could happen, but I don't really know who I want. I think I just get who I'm given. Really, I don't really mind, but I just think it's hard to cast something like The Flash where you actually haven't had many films like about The Flash. So, obviously with Superman, it's quite easy to cast someone, but I think with a character like The Flash, it's a bit harder.
Yeah, but my prediction, I'd probably say Jim Parsons from The Big Bang Theory, because like he always dresses up as the Flash, and like he kind of has that
Jim Parsons, no.
He kind of has that look. He could be the Flash.
Well, my pick for the Flash is Bradley Cooper. I'd really like to see him as Flash.
Do you not think Bradley Cooper's a bit old to do that?
No, he doesn't really look too old, to be honest.
He just doesn't really seem like the right age to do it. But just think about that.
But
just a group of people walking around. You've got Bradley Cooper, Henry Cavill, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. It just wouldn't look right. They would not fit together, would they?
And I'm pretty sure Flash is like the youngest member of the Justice League.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well. So it would not work. Imagine just seeing them, walking together.
Nicholas Holt.
Who's Nicholas Holt?
Jack the Giant Slayer.
What, that kid? The guy who plays Jack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have said he was a bit too young.
Well, if you're gonna be picky, don't bitch about it when we make a decision.
Well, it's gonna
No,
be a few years till they
no,
start
because
filming Justice League,
Yeah,
because Justice League is being pushed back.
that is
no,
a good reason though.
Justice League will never happen. I don't think it's going to happen because
I don't
that
really
what
want it to happen.
no, I don't want it to happen either. I think
It's only a cash grab, only because the Avengers was so successful.
no, I don't think it is. I think it might be now, but at
But
first when they first wanted to make it, it was just literally they wanted to make a good film, and now it's just gotten too complicated
But-
for.
they could make more money if they do make the Justice League because Iron Man is probably not going to be in Avengers 2.
Yeah, no, there is an Avengers. There's going to be an Avengers 3.
Yeah, but Iron Man's probably not going to be in it. And
Yeah.
you'll get why when you see the movie, but
Yeah.
you're yeah.
All right. Well, fair enough, but I don't know. I think it's quite hard to cast someone like the Flash anyway. Going back to that because I think because the Flash is a certain age, like you can't have him so he's like only like 20 or something, but you can't have him too old. I think someone probably Ryan Gosling actually would fit the bill quite well, but I don't.
I would like him for Aquaman, but you know,
Yeah.
I don't think it'd even be possible for Aquaman to even be in it.
Unless they use
No.
a buttload of CGI.
Yeah, but then he's got to be swimming, hasn't he? So where's
Well,
he going
there
to
could
go?
be a flood. There could be a flood. And
But
like
isn't that a
Aquaman-
bit? Isn't that a bit
There could-
forced? Don't you
There
think that's
could be
bit of
like a what is it? Like a guest appearance of like Aquaman coming along in a flood, saying hello, and then leaving again.
Like he, yeah, like Percy Jackson comes out of the water and like stabs him to death because he thinks he's an oversized fish. Die, die.
Actually, wait. Are we gonna start talking about Percy Jackson? Because
Yeah, we're
the
gonna
new
do
trailer
a
came out.
trailer. Yeah, we're gonna do a trailer review of that coming up
Yeah.
soon. But what about we move on to Green Lantern?
Greenland. Did we not speak about him yet? No, we can't have. Yeah, Green Lantern. We'll speak about that. I think at the forefront of everyone's mind is going to be Ryan Reynolds, but I don't know.
I thought he was okay as Green Lantern. Just
I thought he was great as Green Lantern. It was just
No.
the movie was quite bad.
No, I wouldn't say he was great as Green Lantern. I'd say he looks like Green Lantern a lot.
yeah.
But I wouldn't really say that he was actually good at playing him.
I thought he was pretty good. He was really good in the role, I suppose. That's probably just me, because I'm like a nerd when it comes to superhero movies.
Me too. They're like my favorite genre to watch.
Yeah. Well, they're like a subgenre, aren't they? But
You know.
I think as for Green Lantern, you can have any number of different Green Lanterns because of how many Green Lantern Corps there are. So they're actually it's quite open. So they can cast anyone and it would probably be all right. So I don't really think Green Lanterns needs to be spoke about all that much.
No.
Because yeah, but plus the end of Green Lantern, they left it open for a sequel, but Green Lantern wasn't good enough for a sequel, so.
And it didn't make enough money, I don't think.
No, I don't think a lot of people went to see it.
I didn't see it. I saw it when I got it on DVD. Wait, no, I rented it on Netflix and I watched it. I was like, probably ain't gonna watch that ever again.
Yeah, I got really bored by it.
I had fun with it, but I did hate it.
My problem was too much of it was in space. I don't really like it when they go into space that much. Like
I thought it was over CGI. Like there was, and the CGI wasn't even that great.
Yeah, I
So
think
it didn't really work.
It's the same with Thor though. Like I think Thor's kind of it's quite good, but I don't really like it when they're in space, which is where I think things like Guardians of the Galaxy might not be as good because I'd rather see these people in the real world rather than like Asgard and places like that. So I don't know. I just don't think a lot of what is it? Thor: Dark World could be it could actually not be on Earth, and I just don't really like that in films. I prefer it if like I can relate to what's going on.
Yeah, but if you have you seen the trailer for Thor 2? Yeah,
Yeah,
he
I
goes
have.
back to like pick
It
up his
looks like it's
girlfriend
in
or
it looks
something.
like it's in England. Didn't you think
Yeah,
that?
because it's raining.
Yeah, and all the did you see the police cars in it? They look exactly the same as the ones in England.
Yeah. So
I was like,
yeah.
whoa,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
they are filming it over here. Yeah, they are.
yeah.
Yeah. Forgot about that.
So that's pretty cool. Um, oh, but do you remember how small the set was for Thor 2? No, for Thor 1. It was literally just a town, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And now it's like it's gotten big. They must put a lot more money into this one.
Yeah. You've got to make it the
All
best
right.
film it can be.
Yeah.
Alright, I think that's the end of our Justice League.
Yeah, unless you want to speak about someone like Green Arrow or anything like that. Or
Nah.
nah.
It's probably highly unlikely that he will be in it, but maybe
Yeah.
because he has a TV show.
Yeah.
Is that TV show any good?
But yeah, I would probably just cast a dude from Arrow. I don't know his name, but he was good. He's good as Green Arrow.
There's 2 TV shows I really need to start watching. Arrow and
What?
The Walking Dead.
What about Game of Thrones?
I don't even know what that is really. It's I know
Oh
I know
my
it's
god.
a bit like Lord of the Rings, but that's all I know.
With a lot more naked people.
Yeah, it's like pornographic Lord of the Rings. It's actually pretty good.
Well, yeah, but okay.
It's excellent. Anyway,
Well, I consider Lord of the Rings porn anyway, so you know.
Frodo and Sam, I must carry
Oh.
you. Okay,
Nah.
let's just move on before this gets too inappropriate.
thing someone could say.
Okay, so
Yep, you just need to settle down, young man.
we're gonna be talking about trailers for
No,
Jackson yet.
we gotta do your news segment.
Yeah, well, there's not actually a lot of news. I couldn't really find anything. Obviously, there is what I was telling you before about the X-Men. There's 2 new characters that are cast for Days of Future Past. That's Bishop and Warpath. Bishop has the ability to travel through time, and Warpath is like some absolute ninja who's just super strength and super speed. I think it was. What was that other bit of news? Oh yeah, Ghostbusters 3 is filming in 2014.
What?
There could be a Star Trek 3. Wait, I'll just speed through it all, and then you can say your opinion on it at the end. And Red 2, there's a poster and a trailer that's come out.
Cool.
So yeah,
The
what
trailer come out ages ago.
for Red 2?
Yep.
Yeah, but they've got an actual post for it now, so I think it might be a new trailer. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Oh god.
Oh, there's also concept art and like pictures for Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know if you've seen them.
Oh god. Why are they making a third Ghostbusters though? Why?
It doesn't have Bill Murray in it, which is kind of worrying because Bill Murray's like he is Ghostbusters. Like I don't really know. I associate him the most out of all the characters with it.
They're all
So
quite old now. So like,
yeah, they are very old now. Bill Murray has aged horribly as well. So yeah, I think with X-Men, I think this is going to be the best X-Men film there is. It takes balls to do what they're doing. Like obviously, intertwining the 2 timelines with the original trilogy of X-Men films and then First Class. I think it's quite a ballsy idea.
First Class, if they go in the kind of same direction as First Class, they will have 2 really awesome movies, and they can have a third one, and it'd be a really awesome trilogy, like the prequel trilogy.
Yeah. That would be
That's how I
actually
want it
pretty
to
awesome.
play out.
Yeah, to be honest, I quite like the X-Men films apart from The Last Stand and that Wolverine one. The Origins.
I like Origins, to be honest.
No, right. My problem with wait, actually, I'll speak about something else in a sec. But my problem with Origins is that the whole mystery about the Wolverine has ended. Like, if you're going on this path with him, you don't really want to know what's happened to him. And I think I mentioned this in the last podcast we did, but I think it kind of ruins the mystery if you already know what has happened to him. And so that's what I don't really like about it. But oh look, there's gonna be a dodgeball sequel.
That'd be freaking funny.
It should be quite funny.
Grown Ups 2 coming out, and have you seen the trailer for it?
Yeah, I hated Grown Ups 1. So
I didn't hate it. I actually really laughed.
I laughed, but I didn't really like it as much as I wanted to.
I laughed the
it's
first
Adam
time.
Sandler.
It's a feel good. It's a family film, isn't it? It's just a feel good kind of thing. It's not really.
I'm not very sure.
It's an Adam Sandler film. It's gonna be kind of bad.
Yeah.
I want to get chocolate wasted.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the best way to get wasted. Chocolate.
All right. I've got some news for you guys. I don't normally do this, but because this is James' segment, but I just want to tell you guys that Iron Man 3 made 36.5 million already.
It's not even come out in America yet, though, has it? So it could make an absolute ton of money.
Have to wait like an extra week.
Which it's only been out a weekend though. Oh, 21 Jump Street 2 is coming out in 2014.
I just bought the first one yesterday.
It's actually a great film though. It needs a sequel.
Do you know how much I bought it for? A $5.
How much?
Yeah.
Really? $5
in Tesco's.
That's strange. No, yeah, actually, it will have gone down. I remember it was like, why are DVDs so expensive when they come out? It's just annoying. Oh, Disney have promised a new Star Wars film every year from 2015 onwards.
7 spin-off, 8 spin-off, 9
until what?
It doesn't say until when. We could just have Star Wars films until like the rest of like the end of humanity.
Great. Where are they gonna go? I think it's gonna have to like reboot like the films over and over again. And like, have you seen that Smosh video, Disney Star Wars? It's really funny.
No, I have. I don't really watch Smosh anymore.
They're gonna end up resorting to that. And like the Millennium Falcon's like a giant chicken. It's just like, get on my back, look, haha. Yeah, but
right. Sounds interesting. Yeah. There isn't really a lot more news. I think there might be a couple more stories. It's just a bit more about that. I was talking about that Shining prequel, wasn't I? Last week. I think that's definitely happening. Point Break remake, that's getting a director, which is, I don't really know what to think about that. And there is definitely going to be a Chronicle 2.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's good. I like Chronicle.
I thought Chronicle was a bit like forced. I didn't really like I don't know. I didn't really like the concept of it. I thought it was a bit stupid, really, a bit over the top. What would you guys think about a Hellboy 3?
Well, I don't really know where they could go with it, because at the end of Hellboy 2, you see like they all quit their job. Yeah, but...
Yeah, but I suppose it's not really that hard to restart a job, is it?
You know.
But
I want a Pool 2. I love the first Pool film.
Yeah, but I'd want them to just leave that. I'd want them to just leave that, to be honest, because I did quite enjoy Paul. I don't think it needs a sequel. I'd like to revisit the character, but I just don't think there's anywhere.
I think it's Simon Pegg and Nick Frost's best movie. I mean, it's by far it's their funniest.
Really?
Yeah,
what about Hot Fuzz?
I thought that was really funny and really good, but I just didn't think it was as funny as Paul.
See, I didn't really think Paul's that funny. I just like the film.
I laughed my head off. You must need to rewatch it.
No, I've watched it about 7 times.
In like one day.
I watched it last night.
7 times in one day. It's so addictive.
No, but have any of you seen
No.
Step Brothers?
Yeah.
Step Brothers is a funny film. I watched
Yeah.
that 4 times in
What?
one day. Not even joking. 4 times. It's just easy to watch.
Yeah.
What do you think about the next Hobbit film? We might as well talk about it very quickly because
I thought it should have been
'Cause it's
one
one
film.
book. Lord of the Rings, one book, one film.
Yeah.
no, but I think 2 films they should have gone for. Not just one, because what's the point of just making one film? Like, you make one film, then you can't really do anything else with it. I think the fact that they make it into more than one
I
gives it a
suppose
bit
it's
more
so they
depth.
don't lose their license. Peter Jackson doesn't lose his license to the Lord of the Rings films and stuff, I suppose, so no one will reboot it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but I just think it's better to make it a bit more of a, what you call it, make it what was I gonna say then? No, make a sequel out of it, just so, obviously, because fans are gonna want to, if they see one film, they'll be like, okay, let's see another. And if they haven't got any material to use, then why don't they just like stretch out one book over 2 films?
But
three films is a bit excessive.
People were disappointed
I
with
loved
The
it.
Hobbit.
Now, yeah, I quite like The Hobbit. I just thought it was a bit boring at the start, but it shouldn't have a very long introduction for the next one, so I think that should be fine, really. But
I guess Lord of the Rings had a bit of a long
Well, yeah,
introduction.
but the film's like 3 hours. Just think, the third Lord of the Rings is 3 hours and 20 minutes.
what would you
And
think
that's-
about? Actually, what we're gonna say, I'll say after. Wait, we're gonna say something.
That's not as but it might be like 3 hours and 20 minutes or whatever. But that's not the extended
No,
edition.
the extended editions are just way too long.
I don't.
They go
Are there
for
actually
nearly
going to be
4 hours.
extended? I don't think there's going to be extended editions for The Hobbit.
Yeah.
I'd like to see extended editions for The Hobbit.
No, The Hobbit was too long
It's
anyway.
the same length as the Lord of the Rings films. I think about 5 minutes shorter,
was-
actually.
Yeah.
No, I mean for the actual
Alright,
story
yeah.
that they used. Whereas Lord of the Rings had depth to it, and you kind of needed all that time. But The Hobbit was kind of pointless.
Hey guys, what do you think of Peter Jackson outside of
I haven't
Middle
seen
Earth?
any of his other movies, so I can't really comment on that.
King
King Kong. Yeah, I have seen that. Is that?
The
King Kong's
Lovely
a
Bone.
it's a boring film.
It's quite bad.
Yeah, it is.
No.
It's not a great
In
film.
any stretch of the imagination.
I actually think King Kong is actually really, really good.
It's
I
boring.
like the bit where
Nothing
he rips
happens
the
in it.
dinosaurs' tongues out, but
It's really original.
No, it's not. It's a remake.
Yeah, exactly.
the
Oh, so
only
it's a joke.
scene I really like in it is the scene where he's like fighting with the dinosaurs, so ripping their tongues out.
Yeah.
But I suppose it does go for like 3 hours. A bit
Yeah,
over
it is.
3 hours.
It's 3 hours and a half, isn't it?
No, just 3
It's
hours.
a really long movie though.
And I guess you can kind of feel it.
What do you mean?
Like, feel the length.
Yeah.
I felt the length of the Dark Knight
it is too
Rises, but
long.
I still kind of enjoyed it.
I thought the Dark Knight Rises went like that. I just got so interested. I guess I just forgot about the time.
I hate The Dark Knight Rises. It is not a good film.
That is... I'm gonna forget you said that. Anyway, let's do... Are you done with your news, James?
Yeah, there's just one more story. Apparently Jean-Claude Van Damme's come out and said he wants to play the Silver Surfer in the new Fantastic Four film.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that.
I would like to see that as well. That's not a bad
Alright,
idea.
so let's get on to our box office predictions.
Wait, I just need to see what film is this for the US then?
Yep, US.
I just need to see what films are out at the moment because it's kind of hard to keep up to date with it.
All right, I'll go first. I've already
Alright.
got it up. I'm ready to go. Number 1, I'm gonna go Pain and Gain, the new Michael Bay film.
Yay.
That's got quite low reviews. Number 2, I'm gonna go Oblivion. Number 3, I'm gonna go The Big Wedding. Number 4, I'm gonna go 42. Number 5, I'm gonna go Scary Movie 5.
I've only got
Alright,
3.
cool.
No, you gotta do 5.
Is this for when's this box office one for? Is this for like this weekend or
Yeah, this weekend.
well, as in the weekend coming up?
No, the weekend right now.
Couldn't we just look at the box office numbers now then?
No, they're not
Okay.
up yet.
Alright, okay. Interesting. Probably go for Oblivion, G.I. Joe 2, Olympus Has Fallen, Evil Dead, and Scary
Okay.
Movie 5.
No, Pain and Gain.
I put that at 6.
I'm gonna go.
So, yeah.
I'm gonna go Scary Movie 5, Pain and Gain. Did I already say Evil Dead? No, Evil.
No. And don't forget the Big
Okay.
Wedding's out. That's
Evil
it.
Dead,
That would be
The Big Wedding, and 42.
all right.
Have you heard of this film called Room 237?
Yep.
It's a documentary about The Shining.
Yep.
It actually looks quite interesting. Oh, have you seen it?
Yeah.
Have you? Is it any good?
It's good. It's really interesting.
Is it actually? Is it out in cinemas?
I don't know. It came out last year, dude.
Yeah, I know it. I've just seen it now though because I was on IMDb and it just came up at the side.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
And all right, that's our box office predictions for the week. Let's get on to Game of Thrones versus
And
The
after that,
Lord
we will
of
go
the
on to
Rings.
trailer reviews. So
Yeah.
Let's take
Okay,
a break.
peace
people.
out for a minute.
Alright.
Welcome back. This is take 2 of filming this part of the podcast. But let's go.
Yeah, we're on to the Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones kind of game thing, the Game of the Rings thing.
Yeah, they're gonna battle.
Yeah.
I challenge you to a Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings battle.
We've all kind of chose sides now, but what I want to say just to kind of start this little segment off is that if you're going to compare the two, I'd say we'd have to probably wait a few years because Lord of the Rings has already had a finale. Like, we already know how that ends, but we don't know how Game of Thrones ends. It's like the ending could ruin it. And I think now that, because Lord of the Rings is in like a neat bow, really, isn't it? It's all tied up and finished with. Whereas
It's
Game of
really
Thrones
a
is still
happy
going.
ending.
Yeah.
It's kind of a happy ending.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll do this now. I just wanted to do this because season 3 has just started here in Australia. And I can already see similarities of Game of Thrones into Lord of the Rings. But anyway, I'm gonna be in the middle for this one. Because I absolutely adore both. James, where are you heading off to?
I'll fight the Game of Thrones corner, I think.
Okay, I'll be Lord of the Rings.
Ah, sweet. Well, I think the great thing about Game of Thrones is I think the way it's edited, like you know how like obviously there's you have to go from like the Starks and all that, all the different families and stuff.
Yeah.
It's all intertwining and stuff, and it's really clever that the way they actually still make it watchable and confusing, and I think that's why I was sucked into it so much because you don't really find out that much about each character in each episode, but if you keep watching them, you find out more and more, and I think that's how people get hooked on the show.
Okay, well, Lord of the Rings has Gollum / Smeagol, which is by far my favourite character in Lord of the Rings, and
That is like one of my favorite characters of all time.
Yeah, apart from like Dobby or someone, but
No.
I think
I love Smeagol. Smeagol is
he's just awesome.
yeah, he's like trying to be good.
Dobby isn't really used that much, to be honest.
He should have been used a bit more, I think.
Yeah.
Have you read the books?
Yeah, 5 of them.
Yeah.
He's actually in like 4 of the books, and you only see him in one of the
He was
4,
only like 2 of the movies.
Yeah, that's kind of annoying. His death kind of seemed pointless. Spoiler alert. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I cried when he died because he wasn't even really in it that much.
I'm not a Harry Potter fan, so I didn't really care much. But
I'm not a big Harry Potter fan because there's movies that I really don't like out of that series of films. Like,
I think the
the
problem.
Half-Blood Prince.
I think the thing that happened in Harry Potter was that they had really good stories, but the 3 main characters are quite unlikable. Like, I don't really like Harry Potter, like the actual, like Daniel Radcliffe. I don't think he's very likable as Harry Potter, and I think that's kind of why a lot of people don't like it as much as things like.
So you don't like Daniel Radcliffe, or you don't like Harry?
I don't like him as Harry Potter.
Oh, right.
We're getting off topic though, so I think we need to.
We are, but
yeah,
they're book based. I suppose.
Anyway, we have a very tormented creature at Lord of the Rings, and he is one of the best characters in movie history.
Yeah.
But the only thing that lets Lord of the Rings down is its runtime, I think. And
but what about Peter Dinklage? Peter Dinklage in Game of Thrones is absolutely phenomenal. He's actually my favourite character from it.
That's me.
Dang, he is really, really good. I actually really like him. That's probably one of the reasons why I got hooked onto Game of Thrones.
Yeah. I think it's quite good because you see him pretty much going from almost like at the start he's like comic relief, but then he starts getting more and more important, doesn't he? As the series goes on.
The thing about Game of Thrones, it's kind of like Lord of the Rings, but it pushes a couple more boundaries, like with nudity and
like
cursing.
Over here,
It seems like it doesn't really care. It's just like, yeah, let's do this because we want to do it.
It obviously cares because they do a really good job.
But, I mean, they don't really seem to care about how explicit it is. They're just like, if we were going to do this, we're going to do it properly, and it's actually really good. I love Game of Thrones, but I haven't watched all the second series yet, so I watched all the first and like half of the second, so I need to get back into it.
I can tell that they really push the boundaries because it's like an 18 over here, James, isn't it? So
yeah, I know. But it's I wanted to go and buy the Blu-ray, and then I forgot about all the nudity and stuff, and then it's like, Jesus, I can't buy this, can I? I'm gonna have to get someone else to buy this for me because, well, I'm not exactly gonna pass for 18, so. Yeah, it's kind of annoying that.
Lord of the Rings doesn't really push the limits. I would call Lord of the Rings sort of a kids' film.
Yeah, I understand that.
It's only a
It is.
Why would you? No.
Because there's nothing in it really that bad to make it not appropriate for kids.
It's a mature.
Really cool.
I would say it's a mature family film.
People in my grade aren't even allowed to watch it yet. I'm in grade 9.
Yeah.
Okay, but still, it's not. Just think like going back to age ratings again. Over here, it's only a 12. Like we have 2 age ratings higher than that. So
yeah. I think I don't know. I wouldn't. You can't class it as a kids' film because obviously it's not a kids' film. It's got some pretty dark tones to it as well.
It's got really dark war scenes.
Yeah, I think
especially in Two Towers.
Actually, I would say it kind of pushes the boundaries of a kids' film.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I-
I'll settle on that.
because when I watched as a kid, I actually got really frightened by it. Like
Yeah,
looking at
it
you
is
know
possible.
that first scene with Gollum in the third one where it's his like how he's
Yeah, yeah.
like been like rotting
That's
and
like one of
stuff
the best
and
scenes in the movie, though. So
yeah, he's eating raw fish and stuff like that. It's like disgusting. That's my favorite scene now, but it creeped me out so much when I was a kid, and you don't really get that in Game of Thrones, do you? Like you never feel scared in Game of
is it
Thrones.
gory in any way, or
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like heads on spikes and things like that.
right? Okay, then not that gory then.
No, it is kind of in places. The
Yeah.
fight scenes are pretty
I
brutal.
may not like it then,
Hmm.
because like
Give it a try.
I
Give it a
will
Yeah,
try.
you do need to watch it.
I will give it a try. When I was in
If I were you, I'd try and watch it all, like watch the first series in one day, get absolutely
When I-
hooked on it, and then just keep watching
when
it.
I was in HMV yesterday before I went to go see Iron Man 3, I saw like if you buy anything from the shop you get a free Game of Thrones DVD. It's like £1.99 if you want to buy it regularly. But I think
Really?
it has like 1 or 2 episodes on it, maybe 3. I didn't
Yeah,
get it though.
yeah, well, isn't HMV gone bust or something
Some of
now?
them have.
I think,
I went to
yeah, because
Guildford, so
oh right, well, I think because I live near the Trafford Centre, and there, I don't think it's even there anymore now because they're just going. So
yeah, but
it's kind of a shame, really. It's just everything's pre-owned now, isn't
yeah,
it?
but I think that Lord of the Rings is a very, very good trilogy, but I'm pretty sure Game of Thrones is a very good TV series.
Do you not think though that Lord of the Rings could get slightly tainted by The Hobbit?
Yeah, I can see that.
I could say like people might not appreciate it as much not when if there was like 6 films.
No.
That's why I'm like thinking of The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings as two separate trilogies. I don't want to,
Yeah,
make them seem as one big bundle of films, like a series of films. I just
I
want them
think
to be two different trilogies.
yeah, that's a good point because I think they can't really do that though now because in the first scene of The Hobbit, Frodo's all like, "Oh, I'm gonna meet Gandalf on his cart and stuff," and that's the first scene in the Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, and I just think
Yeah.
if you put it that close, like it's like literally to the second, isn't it? Like the way that they've timed it, and I think you didn't really need to do that because it makes the stories a bit too linked, and they don't need to
But I
be.
suppose it's better for people like me because I saw The Hobbit before I saw any of the Lord of the Rings movies, and The Hobbit drew me in to watch the Lord of the Rings movies. But
Yeah.
yeah,
What have you seen? Have you seen them all
yeah,
now?
of course I have.
Yeah, they're actually, it's a great trilogy, isn't
Yeah.
it?
It is. I'm gonna be honest and say it's the best trilogy of all time.
Even better than the original Star Wars trilogy.
Yep.
What about like Back to the Future,
Yep. Better.
Godfather?
Better.
Okay.
Really?
Yep.
What? Ooh.
I like.
What about Iron Man?
It's. Come on, Iron Man 2.
Iron Man 2 wasn't a bad film. It was
Quite
a entertaining film, but it's
It was disappointing.
Yeah. But
in some places. If you just look at it from a point of view, just someone who likes films, then I think
But
you'll
I
enjoy
read
it.
the
But
I read the Iron Man comics, so I expected a bit more. I expected more from Iron Man 3.
I think
But I still enjoyed Iron Man 3. But
yeah,
Iron Man 2 just kind of disappointed me. But I still was entertained for 2 hours, I suppose.
yeah. Fair enough. I think something like Captain America. I don't think that really needs a sequel now. Because I didn't really
No,
enjoy Captain
I,
America
I,
much.
I actually really enjoyed Captain
I didn't.
America.
No, I thought it was a bit boring. I didn't really think
I
it
just
was
thought
needed.
it was over long. It was like, even though it was like probably 2 hours, it should have only been 90 minutes.
But
Yeah.
it's
Especially
probably
with
my
they weren't
second
working.
least favourite.
They weren't working with much material.
I don't really
Yeah.
like the Captain America movie. It's my second least favourite movie leading up to the Avengers. My first being The Incredible Hulk, but and,
I think they need
But
to make a good Hulk film. I think that's the
anyway,
next
how are
step.
we gonna decide who wins, Lord of the
what they
Rings or
did
Game of
with
Thrones?
what I will be the judge, but just wait. I got to make a
Okay.
statement, which I forgot because you interrupted.
Sorry.
What is it about Captain America?
Yeah.
About the sequel, The Winter Soldier? Is it
No.
about how long the film is?
Yeah. Like the origin story is so unique, but they just didn't do anything with it.
Yeah, that's true. It kind of just I don't see the point of making another Captain America film when it's in a completely different time zone. And I just think The Avengers was a good enough sequel for me. I don't think there's Captain America 2 isn't really needed.
I count.
And like in Captain America, he kind of gets his powers within 10 minutes.
Yeah, he actually does as well.
I count the Avengers as like a sequel to all films leading up to the Avengers.
Yeah.
So like, it's Captain America 2, it's Thor 2, it's Hulk 2, it's Iron Man 3. But
The Avengers is the best superhero film of all time.
What about The Dark Knight?
Better.
No, The Dark Knight is a lot better than The Avengers.
No.
I would have to say that they're
But I'm a fanboy of the Avengers.
I'm more of a
Like, I read
fanboy
all
from
the
Marvel
comics and
because
everything.
their superheroes have no problem with killing people. But yeah, so let's decide the Game of the Rings segment. Who wins?
All right. I thought that you guys both had good statements. But Game of Thrones, you're entertaining, you're fun, you're energetic. But I think this goes over to Lord of the Rings for developing a strong story of 3 fabulous novels.
I'd probably
James,
agree. I
you
think
had some.
there's a lot of parts in Game of Thrones where you might think like we don't really need all this, and
And
due to the amount of characters as well, it's harder to do.
Some parts, yeah, some parts are a bit over the top,
Yeah,
but I still love Game of Thrones.
yeah. I think I'm probably say they're probably equal.
Yeah,
That's probably the hardest
I
decision you can make.
Yeah, I like Lord of the Rings. Just
Oh yeah,
a
by
tad
the
bit
way,
better.
I've got
Anyway,
some
guys.
TV news real quick if I'm allowed to quickly. Yeah,
Yeah.
at the 4th season of Walking Dead, they are thinking of killing off Rick.
Why would they tell
I don't
people
know,
that?
but I have not. I don't watch it, but I found some like news about it saying that they're thinking of they might kill off Rick.
That's a strange thing to do, because if you're gonna kill off a character, surely you wouldn't want people to know.
But at the moment, they're not completely sure.
Well, they might get the fan base and see what they want.
But then
But
again,
that's a bit of a stupid way to do it.
yeah, but would you really do what the fans want? Because if you do what the fans want, then the fans already know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I suppose I don't know what episode it's gonna happen in.
If it is even gonna happen. At the moment, it's still a rumor, but anyway.
Anyway, guys, we will go to break and then we'll talk about some trailers.
Stick around. Welcome back.
Welcome back, people. This is our trailer review segment. Already spoke about some trailers, but yeah, we got some more.
We're
gonna open this up. Percy Jackson.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Like a buzz.
I was quite a fan of the first Percy Jackson film, to be honest. I was quite surprised, because usually that wouldn't really be the kind of film I like, but it's actually it's just a nice film. Like, it's just a film that it doesn't take itself too seriously, but it's
a lot of fun.
It's entertaining, yeah.
I loved it. It's in my top 10 of all time.
I wouldn't go that far, but
I loved it.
It's in my top 15.
Really?
Yep.
See, that's straight. I probably wouldn't even put it in my top 50, but I quite enjoyed it.
What about top 100?
Probably not.
Top 1,000?
I don't think I've seen enough films to do
I,
that.
I don't
So
I don't
probably.
even I don't even think I've seen like 100 films.
Well, you probably have. Yeah.
Just can't
Well, actually,
remember some of them.
I suppose that we've probably watched a lot more films than you have when you think about it. Yeah.
Anyway, let's get on to the trailer.
Okay, I thought this
What did
trailer
I
is
think?
awesome.
Percy Jackson. Yeah. It just seems like the same kind of thing, though.
I like the end of the trailer though, where like you have a person just like, please tell me that those aren't sharks, and then Percy's just like, those aren't sharks, and there's like a giant whirlpool in the middle of the ocean. There's like loads of sharks circling around their boat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I,
that
th-
bit's kind of awesome.
I think it's it's hard to really tell until you watch the film, though. I think because the first one it was so unexpected that I enjoyed it, and it was a nice surprise. But I just I d- it just seems like it's leading straight off the first one, like straight away. I don't really like that. I think this it just seems a bit like how like Clash of the Titans, how it's just another thing again, and
Yeah,
it's like it's not really needed.
no.
What are they
Yeah,
actually going to do
because
with Clash of the Titans? Because they wanted to make another one, didn't they?
I don't know, but
What's the
this
point?
is necessary
Like
because there's
Path of the Titans or something.
there's 4 books. There's 4 books for Percy Jackson.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's 5.
Is there 5?
Yeah, because there's Percy Jackson's Lightning Thief, Sea of Monsters, Titan's
Yeah.
Curse, one other
Yeah.
one, and then there's the Last Olympian. So there's 5.
Oh, I've only read 4. I only thought there were 4.
I've only read 1.
That's a nice surprise. I'm gonna get that at the library. Anyway, I actually really enjoyed this trailer. I don't think it's amazing, but I did like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I think it's just a standard trailer. I love it like this time of year. You don't get that many good films come out, but you get a lot of new trailers.
Alright, what would you score this how many trailers, get it, trailers, would you give Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters?
3.5.
I'd just go for like 2, 3, something like that. I wasn't
Out of
overwhelmed
5?
by it.
Out of
Out of 5.
I'd probably give this 2.5 out of 5 trailers. See what I did there?
Yeah.
Anyway, the 3rd trailer for Monsters University.
Yay! They found a way to ruin my childhood.
I'm looking forward to Monsters University because I look forward to most Pixar films. I don't think it's going to be very good, but I'd like to see what it turns out to be, if you know what I mean. I don't think this film's needed at all, though.
I'm a Pixar nerd. I've got to know when they're doing films. I've got to know what they're doing films about. I've got to know the title of the film. I've got to know everything about Pixar films. And, Monsters University, just makes me excited to see another one, probably another classic Pixar film. I like this trailer. I thought it was quite good. There are obviously some things they could have improved on. I thought it was a bit too childish, but I did like the trailer overall.
I like the trailer 2 better, where like it has that snail who's like, oh man, I can't be late on the first day. And he starts like running and he's moving at like half a mile per hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a snail.
Yeah. It's like, whoa, that's hilarious. But,
So.
Alright, how many trailers would you give this trailer?
I'd go for about 2.5. Still not really overwhelmed by it.
I'll go 3 out of 5.
I'll go 3.5.
Okay.
Make sure you say trailer. See if people aren't getting in the mood.
Trailerlocks, no. 3 trailerlocks.
Thank you for getting in the mood.
Thank you. I'm still
Anyway,
not singing with you.
3.5. So how much you gave this 2.5, didn't you, James?
Yes.
That's a total of 3 trailer arcs for the Monsters University 3rd trailer.
Indeed.
Okay.
How about we move on to Thor: The Dark World?
Yeah.
This looks pretty cool, but I don't think it's going to be any better than the first one.
The first one was awesome though.
It was good. It wasn't like the best thing ever, but
Better than Captain America.
I'm gonna be honest and say this looked way, 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 way too over the top.
Really?
you think?
Yep.
I don't really know.
It kind of looked like he was showing off what they're gonna do, like way too much. Like it was a bit too open, I think.
But also there
And
is
it
like
looks
dark
like
elves.
majority of the film. It looks like majority of the film is gonna take place in Asgard, which kind of sucks because that place looks way too CGI'd.
Yeah. That's true, actually. Yeah, I don't really like it when it's in outer space as much. So, I prefer like when it's actually on Earth because it's just there's just something about it. Just pure CGI just kind of annoys me. But
Well, Avatar annoyed you, did it?
Avatar was the worst film I've ever seen. I hate Avatar. I don't get why anyone likes it.
Someone kind of agrees with me. I'm not a big fan of it, but
no,
Well,
it's stupid.
I'd probably give it 3.5 because like I can
Visually,
understand,
yeah, it took so long to make, but it's just not good. It's like, all right, okay, someone's.
People consider this as one of the best films of all time.
Yeah, but when you think about the story,
and I respect that. I respect that.
No, the story is absolutely stupid. It just all they do is they have someone who's like works for like he's like a Navy SEAL or something like that, and then he's like working for some government thing, and then he dies, so they get his disabled brother to work in his place because he has similar DNA. It's like no, just. You don't do that. He's not trained.
Don't forget, though, the best bit of the whole movie is the bit where you find out that the main character, Sam Worthington, actually plays Mason from Black Ops.
Does he?
It took me like 10 minutes or maybe half an hour to figure that out, but that by far that was the best bit of the whole movie for me.
Sam Worthington annoys me too much.
Guys, let's get back to the teaser trailer for Thor: The Dark World.
Okay.
Yeah.
No one's got anything else to say.
No, Josh, you barely talked about it. What do you want to say?
I think it looks kind of stupid in the way that they're taking a big risk that in space in Asgard, but in the trailer it doesn't really explain much because like you just see him come down to Earth, pick up his girlfriend, and then he just disappears.
It's a teaser trailer, so they're not going to obviously show a lot, but they should show a little more than what they showed us.
I'm not too hyped for it, but I'd say it's a pretty decent teaser.
I'm not looking forward to it as much as I would have hoped, but we'll just see how it is, really.
Yeah, I'm gonna see it anyway, because Thor was
epic. It comes out in my birthday
Thor was
month.
awesome. Alright, anyway, how many trailer arcs are you going to give Thor: The Dark World teaser trailer?
2 trailer arcs.
Yeah, I'll go for 3.
You forgot to say trailer arcs.
I just whispered it then.
Alright. I'm gonna give it a 1.5.
Okay.
Really? That's quite low.
I just thought it looked way too... I didn't think the CGI worked. I didn't think the CGI even worked.
No. But should we move on now?
But anyway.
R.I.P.D.?
Yep. R.I.P.D.
It looks like... Wait, isn't this a comic?
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
It definitely is. But it seems like the same idea as Men in Black. So
Ryan Reynolds is doing another comic book movie.
It's like it's like Total Recall 2012 mashed with Men in Black.
I didn't mind the new Total Recall film. I thought it was pretty decent.
I thought it was pretty cool, but I didn't. I didn't really like the story that much, but I thought it was pretty. It was cool. That's like it,
Yeah.
really. It's really pointless though. They could have just called it a completely different film, and they wouldn't have even thought it was a Total Recall remake. They could have actually just made just a new title and just not called it Total
Total
Recall.
Recall 2, the remake, without Arnold Schwarzenegger, because I
Um,
hate him.
I thought this trailer was actually good, but I just thought there were too many similarities to Men in Black, therefore it wasn't original.
I
Yeah,
thought the exact
but
same.
then again, like this is a comic, so there must be something a bit different about it. To be honest, it looks a bit like
No, but
Beetlejuice. Have you ever seen
Yeah.
Beetlejuice?
yes, I love
It's good.
Beetlejuice.
It looks a bit like that, I thought.
Have you? Alright, guys. After this, we'll talk about our favorite Tim Burton film.
Oh, okay.
Alright, okay. Yeah.
Alright. After we
Spicing it up a
do
bit.
this trailer review. Anyway, R.I.P.D. I like the trailer.
I'd
but
probably give it.
It lacked
I'd-
originality. I'll probably give it 3 out of 5 trail arcs.
I'll go for 2
I
trail
will go
arcs.
for 2.5 trail arcs.
That
Ooh.
gives it a total of 2.5. Anyway, now let's talk about our favorite Tim Burton film and why.
Batman.
My favourite Tim Burton film is either 1989 Batman or Edward Scissorhands.
Edward Scissorhands is my favorite.
Really?
Yeah, I love it.
It's a classic.
It is a great film.
That film makes me cry every single time I watch it.
Really? Okay.
It is really heartwarming.
Yeah, but my favourite is the 89 Batman, because it's a darker take on the Batman. I mean, like, just think, you have like the
It's
yeah,
gothic,
I mean, like,
isn't it?
But it's a fun
you
version
may
of
think that
Batman.
I'm like obsessed with age ratings, but over here it's like a 15 or something. It's like, yeah, like small kids
Alright.
who like Batman aren't going to be able to watch it because, like, this is too dark for my kid. They can't watch it. But
It's
What
still
is
quite
your-
cheesy though.
Yeah. What is your least favorite Tim Burton film?
ooh,
Probably.
Corpse Bride.
I love
What?
Corpse Bride. Corpse Bride's
I
well
just
good.
didn't really like
Um, probably that what is it, like Mars Needs Mums or something like that.
Mars Attacks?
Yeah, no, not that one. I actually quite like that one. There's another one.
I don't know. Can't help you.
Come back to me.
He didn't make Mars Need Mom.
No, I was thinking of something else. Wait, one of you. Well, what's your least favorite?
My least favorite Tim Burton film is Dark Shadows, but I still really enjoy it. I think it's like an
Oh, actually,
average
no.
popcorn.
I know what mine is. It's that it's the remake of Planet of the Apes.
Yeah,
That's a bad film. That is a bad film with Mark Wahlberg in it. I actually don't like
Yeah.
Alice in Wonderland either.
What?
Alice in
By the way,
Wonderland.
I didn't see Dark Shadows, but all I know is it has Chloe Grace Moretz in it, and I'm like, I kind of want to watch it.
No, I quite like it. I think I really enjoyed Dark Shadows. I thought it was a bit underrated, but I can kind of understand why some people wouldn't have liked it.
Yeah, I really, really, really liked it, but it's like, but you know, I like every single Tim Burton film. But
Yeah.
now that you brought Planet of the Apes up,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know,
But
Yeah,
I
that's my
want
least
to
favorite.
kind of see Dark Shadows just because it's the Tim Burton film, and because there's one of my favorite actors in it.
I like the reference. I like the references in Dark Shadows. Like, you know, I like the sort of concept. Like, he's buried alive and then he comes back. Like, how many years later? 200 years, was it?
Yeah, something like that. And then he's in the 70s or something, isn't it? I think
Yeah,
it's a cool idea.
Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah.
Especially as he goes back to his family
What would you
as well.
rate the film out of 5 though? Because I know it has one of my favorite actors in it. So
I'd actually
I'd
go
go-
as high as 4. I'd go for 4 out of 5. I actually really enjoyed Dark Shadows.
I'd give it a 3.5. I really enjoyed it. But, you know, there are some problems with its script, but other than that, it's a really
Okay,
good
cool.
film.
So,
Very underrated. Are we going to do
yeah, let's do
recommendations?
recommendations. I'll go first. Let's review Iron Man 1. Yeah.
Iron Man 1. Alright, well, do you want to review that now and then I'll do and then I'll say
Yeah.
mine after? Yeah, right, cool. Iron Man 1, I think. I wish Iron Man 2 was a bit more like it because there's that scene when he's like, all he's got is like scrap metal to make his Iron Man suit in that cave. That
Yeah.
kind of. Yeah. That's some of the best scenes like in that entire film, and you don't really see that guy again. You don't really see him in the second one do that kind of
what
thing.
you really like about it is that he's challenged. Like challenges are facing this dude, and I don't think you really saw that in Iron Man
No,
2.
Iron Man 2 is just
Yeah,
an
that's
excuse to have
true.
him be like a party and peas in his suit and stuff. But
Yeah.
it did have Scarlett Johansson in it, so I can't complain too much.
Yeah. I think Iron Man 2 it's a good film, but it's not as good as the first one, and I think there was high expectations for it. I think Iron Man's probably my favourite Marvel film. I like it more than the
My
Avengers.
favourite Marvel film so far is the Avengers. Iron Man 3 ties for second. Well, it's second. Shouldn't say ties.
What about Ang
the
Lee's Hulk?
Avengers
What
is
about
the
Ang Lee's
best.
Hulk?
Like
The
that.
Avengers. Sorry?
What about Ang Lee's Hulk?
Ang Lee's Hulk? Why would you even bring that up?
It's terrible.
Yes, we know. Believe me, I know.
That won't me to.
Yeah, it is a really bad film.
Anyway,
I
didn't even know that was a Marvel film until I realized Hulk was Marvel. Wait, wasn't that I thought that was distributed by Universal.
No, it's 20th Century Fox, wasn't it?
I thought it wasn't like I know that Marvel had their trademark on it, but like another studio had ownership to Hulk. That must have expired.
No, I'm not sure.
The Incredible Hulk.
No, actually, no, it hasn't because it must belong to Marvel Studios. But
how did another studio distribute it? If and then
no, I don't think it has. I think they must have had to keep the rights for it because they made another one in 2008, didn't they?
Yeah.
I think that's because if they would have lost it if they didn't make another film.
Hulk seems to be the one that gets one film and then immediately gets rebooted.
But they can't do it right.
Yeah.
And that's understandable. He's like a giant rage green monster. Like that, I can understand how that could kind of be hard to work with.
Yeah.
But like third time charm maybe.
Yeah.
With Mark Ruffalo, it can definitely work.
But in the Avengers, you find out that he's always angry though, so I don't know how they're gonna go with that. But let's go back to rating Iron Man.
I heard that they were going to make Planet Hulk.
Damn it.
Yeah,
the one where he gets sent to another planet.
Damn it.
Yeah.
That would actually be quite a good film, I think. That could work quite well, especially with this Guardians of the Galaxy stuff.
Is just make the animated movie that they already did, just with live action. That's all they need to do, though.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's go rate Iron Man.
I'd probably give it
four and a half out of 5 for me too. I really enjoyed it.
I'd go 5 out of 5.
Yeah, I think Iron Man 3 is a lot better than both of them combined.
That's a 14 out of 15 for Iron Man.
Should I go next for this recommendation? Have any of you seen American Psycho?
No, not yet.
Well, actually, do you know what? I'll leave it and then I'll wait until someone's actually watched it because I can review it with them. What about... Let's go for... Why don't we go for Prometheus?
Okay.
Yes.
I'd like to talk about that, actually. Prometheus was visually I think the best film of last year. Of how well the CGI was done and all that, and how well everything was edited.
I think it was my 6th or 5th most favorite film of last year.
See, I don't
thought
really
that
enjoy the film as much as I enjoyed looking at like the scenery and everything.
the second time I watched, there was a lot of plot holes.
Yeah,
But I still enjoyed it. Like no matter what, it still deserved the 6th or 5th place or whatever it got on my
yeah,
best list last year.
yeah. Fair enough.
And
I
it
enjoyed
leaves
a lot more the first time I watched it.
it leaves some unanswered questions, which
A sequel
which is
can,
good because I really want to see Prometheus too.
yeah, a
But
sequel
everybody
could probably
dies
clear
at
that
the end
up.
of
So
Prometheus, don't they?
no, there's
No.
Michael Fassbender and Numi
Okay.
Rapaces. I don't know what she's called. Something like that. Naomi something. I think that could be interesting, but I don't really know where it can lead on to. Where can the story go exactly? Them just going to another planet and finding more aliens or something.
Well, like maybe they could come back to Earth.
Yeah, but wait, how would they
I've
get
got
back
a
to
good
Earth?
idea. They come back to Earth, but one of the
Oh, right.
aliens is actually in their
Go,
ship.
gone with them.
Like a baby alien like grows
Yeah.
up over time, and when they get to Earth, it like unleashes havoc and starts ripping people to shreds.
Or she could have had twins. Which one wasn't deformed yet? If you've seen the
Can
movie,
you
you'll know
explain
what I
that?
mean.
Wait,
Yeah,
doesn't she like have a mutant alien?
a C-section kind of thing. Yeah, it's disgusting. Yeah, she gets it like ripped out of her.
Does she die from that?
Yeah, actually,
It's a pretty decent idea. Like one hadn't deformed yet, and then
yeah.
like she's having pregnancy on the ship, and then like the aliens trying to kill her at the same time.
Yeah.
But that happened in like a 10-minute scene already. So,
Yeah.
but it'd be a kick-ass 90-minute movie.
That just sounds a bit like, Predator 2. When there's that predator that gets taken onto it gets taken onto Earth, and then it's just in the jungle. No, it's in the city, and it's just not a good film. And I just wouldn't want that to happen with Prometheus, because I want the second one to do the first one proud, if you know what I mean. So people might actually think, do you know what, Prometheus actually is quite a good film. And I
Do you
think
think David is a villain or a good guy?
I think that David is. I don't really know, because I think
he could be the one that kind of stalks them to another planet.
yeah,
That'd be a good.
When we rate this, can I rate the
it's-
trailer? Because I saw the trailer but didn't see the movie.
the trailer made it seem like it was almost like a horror,
I thought it was.
and it
a
really
horror.
wasn't. No, it's not scary at all.
I got scared. I'm gonna be honest. I'm scared.
Me too.
But I get scared easily, and I've kind of got out of. I kind of get out of that. I've kind of got out of that fear now, because I've seen, Friday the 13th.
Wait, do you mean the remake?
The Evil Dead.
The remake.
Evil Dead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've
The
seen
remake
both.
of Friday the 13th. I didn't think was that good, but it has Jared Padalecki in it, and he's in one of my favorite TV programs, so I can't really complain there.
All right. Anyway, guys, what are we gonna score Prometheus? Oh wait, I gotta mention something. The score is, whoa, the score is amazing. One of my favorite things about the film.
Okay,
Now let's score Prometheus.
I would say 3 out of 5.
Oh, that's low.
Well, no, because I don't like the story as much, but I think a sequel could clear it up. So
I'm gonna go steal a 5 out of 5. That gives it a total of 8 out of 10.
Oh. Cool.
Joe, it's your turn to recommend a movie.
It is.
Please pick a film that we've all seen.
My choice, my fan
I know what it
kind
is.
of choice, I suppose. I did a Blu-ray on it. Les Miserables.
I'm left out again.
Les Miserables.
Yeah, I'm just gonna chill.
Choose something that's like a bit more of a classic. Because
What do you mean?
Well, if Josh hasn't seen it, then something that's a
I
bit
don't
more, I
mind. I
don't
don't
know,
mind. If
like
you
you
want
might
to
have
review
seen.
it, review it.
Um, yeah, okay. Do Les Miserables then.
And you
Les-
can do another one, Josh. You can do another one after
That's
this because you
alright. It's
haven't
alright,
seen,
really.
you know. No,
Okay.
you can do another one. Think of another one. Anyway, let's do Les Miserables.
Les Miserables is an incredible film. It's incredibly underrated as well. I don't think enough people went to see it, to be honest. But he definitely deserved Oscars, but I don't really think Anne Hathaway deserved hers because she was in the film for like half an hour, and I just don't think that's a big enough kind of time to be in the film. Obviously, what she did was pretty spectacular, but I don't know. I thought Hugh Jackman was overlooked like a bit too much, and I think he was probably the best part of the film.
Yeah, he was amazing in that film. So you
He
thought,
worked so hard as well.
yeah,
He
like
just
he starved himself. Well, wait,
yeah,
he didn't drink for like how many days?
3 days or something. He kept doing
Yeah,
that apparently. He wasn't it something like he would only drink like water, and he
yeah,
would only have like a really basic diet just and things like that. But
yeah, and
have you seen what have you seen what he's doing for the Wolverine film?
no,
He apparently he gets a proper like roast dinner like every 2 hours of the day. And then he just goes to the gym all the time.
Jesus.
Apparently, he just eats so much and it just makes muscle. Apparently it's like horrible for him, but he's actually just like have you seen? He's in like the best shape I've ever seen him. He is
What a weird
incredibly
way
ripped at the
to
moment.
get muscles. But, yeah.
Yeah,
That's weird.
yeah.
I'm gonna have my roast and veggies from now on.
I'm just gonna stick to eating crap.
Anyway, let's just score Les Miserables. I think it's one of the best films of all time. I liked how it experimented with
I
some
would say
different
5 out of 5. I'd
techniques.
say 5 out of 5.
So would I. So that gives it
Yeah.
a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I would. It's overlooked, I think,
Okay.
and it deserves a bit more
Can I
recognition.
recommend a terrible film? AVP 2.
Do it.
Okay, then. Okay,
Haven't seen it.
let's do Kick-Ass then, because that's an awesome movie.
Kick-Ass, yeah, that's a good
Okay.
film.
It is my favorite film of all time. It is, truly. I laughed so many times, and yet it has that comic booky kind of feel. But I don't think it's considered a
I've got the
superhero
graphic
film,
novel.
but a comedy and action maybe, but not a superhero.
Yeah, and especially like with Kick-Ass 2 coming out as well. I can't wait because the first one was it just appealed to me so much, like a realistic superhero film. And it's just like the superhero he gets battered all the time. It's like it's not even as if he was like beating up bad guys.
In his
Really,
first fight, he gets like stabbed, he gets run over. Because like my parents hated this movie. They said it's just an excuse for blood, gore, and bad language.
And he never gave up, and that's probably
It's very
that
inspiring.
could be a good lesson to some people.
Yeah.
all right.
Very weirdly though. It's
But
inspiring
if
in a
you
very
actually tried
weird
to
way.
do what he did in real life, you will probably die. Because in the comic book, you know when he's being tortured with Big Daddy and stuff. Well, in the comic book, he actually has like
Yeah.
things, and he gets like his testicles electrified. And I'm just like, oh god, thank God I didn't put this in the movie.
Yeah, but apparently Big
Anyway,
Daddy's going
guys.
to return. Apparently Nick Cage is going to be in Kick-Ass 2 at some point. But it might just be a flashback or something like that, so I don't really know.
Yeah. Anyway,
5
what
out
would we
of
score
5
Kick-Ass?
arc reactors.
I'd probably say like 4.5 out of
5 out of 5. 14.5 out of 5 for Kick-Ass. My favorite film of all time.
Yeah.
It is a good film. I wouldn't say 5 out of 5 just because there are also little areas where it could probably tweak. Like I wouldn't say like
No,
I
me
laughed that
neither,
much
but I loved
watching the
it.
film. Like for a comedy, I don't laugh as much. But if it was just
But
a bit,
what? Why should we laugh so much if it's still blending the action element?
no, I mean it's supposed to be like a comedic superhero film, and I just think for a comedy, I didn't laugh as much as I would have wanted to. But it's just
Iron
not a
Man
very like
3 is
bad film.
Yeah.
It's just
is a very
just
good
it's
comedic superhero movie. In my opinion. I laughed so
No.
hard in that movie.
No, a lot of
No, but I
lot
laughed
of
quite a lot
jokes
in that
fell
movie.
flat.
I'm just saying. Yeah.
Anyway, that's
Yeah.
next week.
yeah.
Josh. That's next week.
I'll try and watch Iron Man 3 by then. I reckon I'll be able to. Um. So yeah, are we gonna do one more recommendation or?
We'll
Are we?
do one more
Okay.
each. We'll do one more
Or
each.
should we do a
Alright. Do you
trilogy
not think that might
review?
over?
Something different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shall we do?
No.
Let's
Let's do
just.
back to. Or we could just do the Back
I've
to the
only
Future
seen
trilogy.
the second and third one of them.
Is there
That
really
is
any need of doing? We could actually.
Okay.
There's no point really. I don't think. We can just
We'll
because we're gonna do a classic films
Yeah, good
podcast,
point.
so we can talk about them then.
Alright then, James will do a recommendation, then I'll do a recommendation, then we'll tell you about next episode, then that's a wrap. Anyway, James's
Alright.
recommendation.
Let's have a little think.
I'll go for you. I'll go ahead.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, how about Wally?
I haven't seen. I think I've only seen Wally once, and that
I've
was in
seen it
cinemas.
twice.
I haven't seen it once since then.
No.
Did you
I like
enjoy
Wally.
it?
I like Wally. It's just that I would have liked to,
I thought it was.
it was very
I thought
silent.
it could have been a way better. I mean, way better.
And
Hmm.
but it was too silent, and the music wasn't even that strong enough to carry the silent bits of the movie. And like the first hour is barely any talking. It's just like Wally making all these robotic sounds. It's like,
It's the
wow, we
the
haven't
best bit
heard
in the
this
movie is
before.
the fact that it's quite emotional towards the end.
Yeah, it is heartwarming, and you feel sorry about Wally. You know what's happening, what
Yeah.
could happen to our Earth. You know.
I'd probably rate
I would
Wally
give
like
it
3.5 out
Probably
of
a
5.
2.5 because when I first saw it in the cinema, I came out. I was like, don't know what to think.
Yeah, it didn't
Watched it
really
again today,
like
I'm like,
appeal
this
to me
is not
as
very
much,
good.
but it's a cool idea. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I enjoy it, but it isn't one of the best Pixar films, as
Are we
everybody
gonna?
keeps talking about. I
Do you
will
want me
give
to pick
Wally.
one?
Yeah, I will give Wally 4 out of 5, I suppose.
Have any of you seen The Prestige?
Yep.
I can't
The Prestige
remember.
is an
I think I
incredible
might
film. I
have.
actually really enjoy it. It's
The
about
Christopher
magicians.
Nolan, yeah, the Christopher Nolan magic movie.
It's got Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman in it,
I saw that ages ago.
and Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
Did you? It has like the best
Mm.
plot twist ever, I think. Like, the ending of the film's just amazing, and I think like when films have magic in them, it's just like I don't know, it just makes you
Even in
want to
the
be a
Amaz-
magician.
the
I
Amazing
don't even know why.
Wonderful.
Like,
No, I just know that it's
have you seen
supposed
that?
to be all right.
It's quite
Is Jim Carrey the
entertaining, but I
same
wouldn't
person
call
in
it a
that
good
film
film.
like he is in pretty much every film he's in? Wow.
No, he's actually pretty different, but he's just
2 films in 1 year that
he's a
he's going to be a different character for. Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
but he's a
well,
complete
yeah,
dick in
he is
it.
Jim
So
Carrey.
yeah,
But he was the best part about the Incredible Burt one.
yeah. But to be honest, I had nothing really going for it anyway. Are we gonna
Oh,
go for
okay.
one more film, or
Yeah, you got to do yours. Remember?
Wrap it up on a very epic film.
me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I said the Prestige.
Let's do it then.
We didn't. We did. No, how about we do something everyone like remembers or something like that?
Oblivion.
Did you
No,
see
I wanna
that?
go see it though.
No, I haven't seen it yet. Well, we'll just talk about next week's episode and just wrap it up.
All right then. So
Um,
next week's episode will feature.
Is this going to be our phase 2 one of the Avengers?
Yep, it's going to be talking about the phases of the Avengers.
So
We're
Captain
gonna
America
do
2, Thor
yeah.
2, Iron Man 3, Ant-Man.
Yeah, and we're gonna do the Justice League
Are we gonna
or
do
the Avengers 2 battle.
Iron Man 3?
No, wait. Yeah,
With
we're
spoilers.
gonna
Are we
be
gonna do it
reviewing
with
Iron Man
spoilers?
3. Obviously, that's pretty much what the.
Okay.
I think
No.
we should probably
Okay.
leave it a couple of weeks for the spoilers because it's.
Yeah.
I don't really like doing spoiler sections because then you just lose viewers, don't you? So yeah. Well, we might talk about Guardians of the Galaxy, but we could probably talk about Justice League as well. But
Even though we've already
we've done
about
our
it.
little cast thing for it.
We could do a directors. We could do
We
a
can
directors.
talk. We'll
thing.
probably end up talking about
Yeah.
X-Men as well because it's all Marvel, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I'd like to see someone like
Yeah, I
Daredevil
want him to get a reboot,
in a film again.
like so soon.
Yeah, because I'd like to see one that's done well. I wouldn't mind seeing Daredevil as some just mysterious
But
character
that's
in
for-
like
that's
the
for
Avengers or something.
future
That'd be pretty
weeks.
epic.
Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and share.
Thank you for watching all this time.
And that's a wrap.